ओम अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं जनभूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथानितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखानितांश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नमिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषः शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशै नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज, 4th chapter, Transcendental Knowledge. Today text 7. This is famous verse 7 and 8. In India, even the small children's, they could chant these two verses. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya तदात्मानं सुजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। वर्ड मीनिंग: जदा जदा, whenever and wherever, he certainly, dharmasya of religion, glani discrepancies, bhavati become manifested, Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, Abhyuthanam, predominance, Adharmasya, of irreligion, Tada, at that time, Atmanam, self, Srijami, manifest, aham, I. Purport. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at that time I descend myself. Please repeat. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice. O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion. At that time, I discerned myself. Purport. The word Srijami is significant herein. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form of body. Lord's forms are body. Since all of the forms are eternally existent, therefore Srijami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on several, namely at the end of the Dwapara Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu, in one day of Brahma, he has no obligations to adhere to such rules and regulations, because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of religiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas to establish such principles under the order of Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principles of religion is to surrender unto him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards the complete surrender unto him, and whenever such a principle are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna, who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for a particular purpose in the Vedas, people of the demoniac tendency still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred by scripture. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere, and whenever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks as much about religion as can understood by the particular people under the particular circumstances. But the mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the forms of his son or servant, or himself in same disguised form. The principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, and for that matter to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginners of arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders of the 4 status of the social life. As will be explained later, the whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under the different circumstances. Hare Krishna. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamiham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at that time I descend myself. So this is one of the important verse in Bhagavad Gita. So Lord is declaring himself. Why he incarnate in this planet. That is, Lord is declaring that when there is a decline of religion in religious practice and the predominant rise of religion, then Lord descend to establish the religious principles again. So Prabhupada is writing in the purport, beginning, that in this verse, this word Sijami, Tadatmanang Sujamiham, the concluding words. The word Sijami is significant here. Sijami cannot be a sense of creation. Sijami means creation. The original, the grammatical meaning is Sijami, but here is the meaning. Prabhupada gave in word meaning also to manifest. Because Lord eternally situated in his own abode in Vaikuntha planets. But when he descends to this material world, that is called avatar. Lord took many incarnations. This is called incarnation. There are different varieties of incarnations also. There is first the Purusha avatars. Those 3 original Purushas. There is Karanadakasai Vishnu, then Garbhadakasai Vishnu, then Kiradakasai Vishnu. This is Purusha avatar. There is Guna avatars, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. There is a Sakyavesa avatar, and that a particular living entity is empowered by the Supreme Lord. Then called Sakyavesa, Supreme Lord for a particular purpose. Just like Parasuram as a warrior. Or Buddhadev, as mentioned name of Buddha, to establish the principles of non-violence. So many like this. Then there is also Juga avatars in every Juga to establish these principles of religion. Then Lord appeared as in as Satya Juga, Sukla Rakta Tatha Pita Krishnatam Idaning, just like Krishna told, Gargamuni giving the name of the Krishna Balaram, he declared this. In the age of in the Satya Yuga, then Krishna appeared in a white color and red color in Tretaya, in Kali Yuga he appeared in a yellowish color, and in Dwapara he is blackish. So this is called Juga avatar. There is also Lila avatars to perform different pastimes. Matsya, Kurma, there are different Lila avatars. There are also Manantara avatars to protect the Manu. Then Lord also appeared in every Manu. There are 14 Manus. They ruled in one day of Brahma. And Lord appeared in every manvantar also. Like this, there are 6 types of different incarnations. So this Sijami word, Prabhupada is writing this, that this is actually, Sijami is in this context, the meaning is different. Though the original grammatical meaning is different, here is Sijami means manifest. Krishna just manifest. Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appear on a schedule named on the end of the Dwapara, that is the Sanatana Goswami's teachings of Sanatana Goswami's. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Sanatana Goswami that Vaivaswata Namai Saptama Manantara 27 चतुर्युग ताहार अंतर 28 चतुर्युग द्वापर रस ऐसे धामेर सहित है कृष्णेर प्रकाशे. There is in Brahma's one day there is 14 Manus are ruling, and when the starting from first Manvantara there is Swayambhu Manu, then when 6 Manus they ruled, and 7th Manu the Vaivaswata Manu came, and Vaivaswata Manu's period there is in one Manu they rules 71 Chaturjugas, Yuga cycles, Satya Tatya Dwapara Kali, there is 71 times this Yuga cycle comes and go. Then when in Vaivaswata Manvantara the 27 Yuga cycle has already passed, this is the present Yuga cycle is 28th Yuga cycle, and at the end of the 28th Yuga cycle there is Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He appeared in his original form. So but Prabhupada is writing that though this is the general rule that is mentioned in Vedas or in Shastras, that Krishna has to appear in the end of every Dwapara, that is under the ruling of Vaivaswata Manu. But Lord is not compulsory. No one can compel the Lord to appear, to follow this schedule. Actually, Lord is independent, Surat. Abhigya Surat, even in the first verse of Bhagavatam told, he is Surat, he is independent. He will follow this schedule or not follow, that is depend upon himself, him, on the Supreme Lord. No one can make, it is compulsory that Lord has to follow these principles. So, therefore, the principles of Dharma or the religion are the direct orders of the Supreme. So, as Lord is appeared according to his own sweet will, so the religious principles established by him, by his own sweet will. Dharma tu Sakhyat Bhagavat Pranitam. That is mentioned in Bhagavatam also, that is in 6th canto. That so Dharma to Dharma, the religious principles were established by the Supreme Lord himself. So Lord appeared time to time in every millennium after millennium. According to Shastras, you can see Bhagavatam. We cannot even count the incarnations of the Lord. It is like waves in the ocean. Just we cannot, it is impossible to count the waves on the ocean. Similarly, there is many incarnations that comes and goes according to the sweet will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Dharma or the religious principle, this is the direct order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of Vedas is that the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that we should understand what is the purpose of the Dharma. Dharma to Sakhyat Bhagavat Pranitam. No doubt the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself, he established the religious principle, but what is the purpose of following the religious principles? That is that Sarvadharma, that Krishna himself is telling in 18th chapter, that 66th verse, that Sarvadharman Paritejya Mam Ekang Saranang Braja. That is the essence of following the religious principles. Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principles of religion is to surrender unto Him only, nothing more. The religious principle, that's why the Vedic principle they push forward. This is in this center. That teachings, there's in so many ways. There are different philosophies or anything. That is only to achieve this is the ultimate purpose. That how to surrender to Krishna. There are two types of people. Those who are demoniac, they don't surrender to Krishna. But those who are saintly persons, Mahatmas, they surrendered at the lotus feet of Krishna. Yeah, then Prabhupada mentioned about Buddha, that incarnation, that is one of the Sakyavasa incarnation. Buddha Dev is considered that he was a living entity, but he was specially empowered by the Supreme Lord to deal with the particular situation. That time those many demoniac peoples, they told, yes, we are accepting Vedas. So in Vedic principle there is certain animal sacrifice in a particular situation to please the Lord, but they misuse that injection of Vedas and they utilize for their own sense gratification. Just like there was Aswamedha Yajna in a sacrifice, people were killing a horse, and there is Gomedha Yajna, even the cows are they killed in the sacrifice. There is a different times that the animals are get sacrificed. But those days, the Brahmanas are so qualified that even a horse, when they kill a horse, then immediately the soul inside got a higher body. He can get a human body or a demigod body and went to a higher position. So similarly, so that was possible those days. But nowadays, people simply killing the animals in name of sacrifice, then they eating the animals. This is not recommended, and that's why Buddha appeared, empowered by Supreme Lord. Buddha Dev appeared, and he appeared and he rejected all the Vedas. He told no Vedas, Veda and Vedic literature, they are all false. Then he established the principle that ahimsa paramadharma, non-violence is the real principles of religion. So in this way, Prabhupada is writing that in a particular situation, to deal with the situation, to establish the religious principles. So the Lord appeared in different incarnations, but it is not applicable always. After Buddha came, then Lord told, he called to Shankara, this Lord Shiva, they told, okay, there is a now great discrepancy in the earth planets. So you should go there and again establish the Vedic principles. Because I empowered Buddha and he rejected all the Vedic principles. He told Vedas, Puranas, everything is false. And he established the principles of non-violence. So now you should go there and again establish that Veda and then the Vedic literatures, they are true. So that's why again Lord Shiva himself come as Shankaracharya, the Adi Shankara. Shankaracharya is Lord Shiva himself. And then he told, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja, but his conclusion, his teachings was that Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. To do the pure devotional service unto Govinda is the only the real principle of teachings, real teachings of Veda. So in this way he come, but he told, what is Buddha gave anything new? Whatever the Buddha gave, that is already in our Vedic literatures. That's why it is told that Mayavadang Asatsastrang Prachannang Bahudha Uchyate. Mayavad is that is established by Mayavad philosophy by Shankaracharya. This is the same as the Buddhist religion. Prasannam Baudha Uchyate. There is This is Nastikavada. So we should not accept these principles, but to deal with a particular situation, then Lord, He send His own, send in different personalities, like Shankara as Shankaracharya, or Buddhadev, who is a living entity empowered by the Supreme Lord, and he preached the non-violence. Similarly, Prabhupada is telling that even the Krishna, it is not true that Krishna appeared only in India. Krishna can appear anywhere, all of any country, any or any outside of India, in any continent or in any country or any state, Krishna can appear. He is completely independent. He is not depend upon a particular strict principles. So in this, Prabhupada gave the examples of even Muhammad and Buddha. They appeared, necessarily Muhammad and Christ. That is why sometimes it is told that Krishna is a God and his son, Christ. Christ is his son. So father and son. So father told the Bhagavad Gita and the son spoke Bible. And Muhammad is not also telling I am God. He is telling I am prophet, I am a messenger. So original message is given in Bhagavad Gita by Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. There is one time there is one conversation, Prabhupada was talking with one padri in a Christian church padri. Then in argument and logic, he could not defeat Prabhupada. Prabhupada was, everything his arguments are logically he established, and he rejected all the that he was rejecting the Vedic principles, but Prabhupada established the Vedic principles. Then finally the priest becomes so angry, he just snatched the Bhagavad Gita from the hand of Prabhupada, and he put Gita and put Bible on the Gita. He told, no, Bible is superior to Gita. Prabhupada told, still the foundation is Gita. Gita is the foundation. Whatever this is spoken by his father, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then whatever the knowledge in Bible, that is also in Bhagavad Gita. This is the source of the knowledge, primary source of all knowledge, spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. So, in this way, Prabhupada is telling that there is each and every avatar or incarnation of the has a particular mission, and they are all described in revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatar unless he is referred by the scripture. Even we are our Hindu literatures, even in history, the history of Jagannath temple. You read the Jagannath temple history. There is mention of Jesus Christ, that he came to Jagannath Puri, and he was stayed for certain in period. For some years he was in Jagannath Puri, and he read in detail the Jagannath the principles. So in this way, you could see that unless someone is empowered by the Supreme Lord, he cannot preach. Krishna Shakti Bina Nahe Tara Pravartana. So that is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Krishna Shakti, unless one is empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he cannot preach. That's why Prabhupada is telling that here they are also like incarnations. They are incarnations like Shakti Avesa. They are living entities, but specifically empowered by the Supreme Lord. It is, of course, Jesus Christ, he is telling, I am the Son of God. The Son of God. What is our position? You are also Son of God. Mamai Vangsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. They are my soul. Anyhow, we have forgotten, but he has not forgotten. He has remembered all these things. That is the difference. So that's why it is mentioned that Krishna Shakti, who can preach science of Krishna consciousness, he is specifically empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada was empowered. That's why everyone was listening to him, and he preached the mission successfully all over the world. But if someone is not empowered, then he cannot preach. In this age of Kali, what is the Yuga Dharma? How can the common people will deliver from the cycle of birth and death? How can the religious principles get established? Kali Kalera Yuga Dharma? Kali Kalera Yuga Dharma Nama Sankirtana. This is the Nam Sang, this is the Kali Yuga Dharma, because Bhagavad says, Kritecha Dhyayata Vishnu, Tretayang Jajate Mokhai, Dwaparang Paricharyayam, Kalautat Harikirtanat. Satya Yuga, what was the Yuga Dharma? What the religious principle was? Kritecha Dhyayata Vishnu. They were meditate. The peoples were meditating. Holy name, this Nam Sankirtan was there, but people are not caring. And that time the Yoga Dharma was meditation. They are going to, the Dham was also Himalaya, Badrikashram. People were living a long span of time, long period of time. Like 1 lakh years, the lifespan was that time. People were very tall, about 21 feet height in height. So that time, so that's why people are going to Himalayas and meditating. Badrikashram, that's why we are in your Sanatana Dharma, we have 4 dham, in 4 yuga, and there is 4 dham. In Satya Yuga, there is dham is Badrikashram. The Naranarayana Rishi, they meditate, they teach the peoples. The Yuga Dharma, meditate by Lord himself meditated there. And Narayan Rishi, he teaches the Yuga Dharma meditation. So in Tretaya, Yuga Dharma was Jagya. It's Karmakanda Jagya, like Ramachandra apart from thousands of Jagya. Even he sent Sita Devi in exile into forest, in Balmika Ashram, but still he was continuing doing Jagya. He made Surna Sita, golden Sita, and keeping Sita in his left side, he was going and performing Jagyas, because that was the Yuga Dharma for that age. At Tretaya Yuga there is people share about 15 feet, because religious principles coming down. We have, that's why we are following in ISKCON regulatory principles. Why we are following? Why we are following the regulatory principles in ISKCON? Given by Acharya. Why? This is the 4 pillars of religion. Satya, Saucha, Daya, Tapa. So if you will, why regulatory principles? If you will take intoxication, started smoking, drinking liquor, then which principles is breaking? What is telling? Four principles, the 4 pillars of religion. Which? Tapa, Saucha, Daya. So which pillar is getting broken? Yes, tapasya. One cannot meditate. If you drink liquor and smoke, then he told, I am meditating. So this is breaking the tapasya, the austerity. If you will start meditating, which principle you are breaking? Daya, mercy. Mercy is gone. If you will start killing the animals and start eating. So then, if you Saucham means illicit sex life. This is destroy the saucham. Then another. Tapa, saucha, daya. Satyayuga, tapas, jagya. The saucha, tapa is in Satyayuga. Tretaya there is jagya. Dwapara there is deity worship. That is saucha. Finish. And Kali Yuga, still one principle is alive. Which one? Truthfulness. Truthfulness is still survive. If you want to, you maybe try to hide the truth, but in the end it will come to the front. Still there is truthfulness is there. So the religious principles, in time to time the Lord came to establish the religious principles. The Satyayuga Naranarayana Rishi came to establish the principles of tapasya. Tretaya, the Jagya Purusha, that they manifest himself from the sacrifice, and Lord Ramchandra also established the religious principle by performing so many Jagyas, sacrifices. Dwapara, even in Dwapara Yuga, Lord Sri Krishna, even in Dwaraka, he established the religious principle. He ordered to his great grandson Bajranav to establish the deity worship. He made so many deities established in Brajadham also. About more than 20 famous deities he established. And he established the deity worship. That is the Yuga Dharma of Dwapara. And Kali Yuga, what is the Yuga Dharma? Nam Sankirtan. Kali Kalera Yuga Dharma, Nam Sankirtan. To establish the Yuga Dharma in Kali Yuga, who appeared? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam, Tvesa Krishnam, Sanga Panga Astra Parsadam, Jagye Sankirtana Prayir, Yajantihi Sumedhasa. The most munificent incarnation and most intelligent persons of this age, they worship Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they worship him in a Sankirtana Jagya. The Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the Yuga Dharma for this age. So that's why Lord appeared every millennium after millennium to establish the religion. Mission is the same, to lead people to God consciousness and obedience of principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally and sometimes descends bona fide representative in form of his son or servant or himself, in a disguised form, which is the son like Jesus Christ, messenger like Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, and he himself also incarnate as Krishna, or he is also in a disguised form. Which is the disguised form? Lord Chaitanya, Channa Avatar, he appeared. So in this way, Lord appeared time to time to establish religion. So that's why the principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, for that matter, to others highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced. Because Krishna told these principles to Arjuna, not to any other person. Why? Krishna told himself, Sakha, you are my friend and you are also my devotee. That's why I am speaking. Bhakto asime sakha cheti rahasyam heturuttamam. So sometimes people challenge, where is Krishna? Why he is not coming in front of us? Krishna is not your order carrier. There is certain, you have to come to that standard. Premanjana surita bhakti vilochanena santha sadaiva hrudayesu vilokayanti yang shyama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindamadi purusam tamahang bhajami. You must have an eye of devotion. You should see him in the eye of devotion and anointed with love. Then you can see God. And there are certain principles also, certain qualifications. You must follow the regulatory principles. You must strictly follow the regulatory principles and the instructions of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Then one can become qualified to see God. So the whole purpose of the mission of incarnation is to is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. Just like Lord Brahma, when the demigods making Brahma in front, they go to the ocean of milk, bank of ocean of milk, and they pray. Brahma pray to Krishna. Sometimes Krishna appeared and sometimes he delivered the message from heart. So heart of whom? Heart of Brahma. Lord not to send the message to all the demigods, independent one message. No. He gave the message to Brahma and Brahma delivered it to others. Similarly, Lord incarnate, what is the main principle? Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati. When the religious principles are declined in the society, then Krishna appeared. He sometimes appeared himself and sometimes he sent his representatives. Then again the religious principles are established in the society. That is that's why going. Then the next verse is also connected to this verse. This will be discussed tomorrow. Paritranaya sadhunang vinasaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthayo sambhavami. To establish the religious principles, millennium after millennium, Krishna appeared just to protect the devotees. And that is not the main purpose of Krishna, is not to kill the demons. The main purpose is to protect the devotees. So when he come to fulfill the desires of his devotees, then definitely those who are in comes in the path, the demoniac principles, they disturb the Lord, they act against the religious principles, then Lord has to kill. That is the secondary purpose. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any question or comment? Yes.
One, as we see, Krishna, he came in Dwapara Yuga and in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Prabhu came. So when he is in Dwapara Yuga, so Krishna had done so many activities, killing the demons and rasa gopis and so many pastimes is there. But sometimes why we make differences that this is Vasudeva Krishna and this is Yashodananda Krishna.
So that is not for the neophytes, should not do any distinction. But for any advanced devotees, then gradually they will learn. Because there is a spiritual world, in top of the spiritual world is, what is this? The Goloka Vrindavan, where the Supreme Personality of God, the source of all other incarnations. The Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Ete changsa kalapungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan. So all other incarnation is coming from him. All other Vishnu forms, they are coming from him. So he is the source. So that's why they are in one sense they are same and also in difference.
Arjuna is Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you are my dear friend and
yes.
devotee. So
the devotees are also in different degree. That's why in Brihad Bhagavatam it is mentioned, right? Sanatana Goswami mentioned this category. Santaras, devotee, then Dasyaras, then Sakyaras, then Vatsalyaras, then Madhuryaras. And different degree of the devotion. They are devotees, no doubt. Prahlad is a devotee. Then Prahlad himself, he told, no, who is better than me? Prahlad himself told, Hanuman is better than me. He is in Dasyaras. He is doing so much service for Krishna and for his Lord, Rama. I am only just saw the Lord and Lord just protect me. I just sit on his lap and he is gone, then he gone. I did not get any practical service opportunity. So Prahlad himself told, no, Hanuman is better devotee than me. He got so much practical service for the Lord. Then even Hanuman started, when Narada glorify Hanuman told, no, I am not the best devotee. I was sitting in the top of the Arjuna's chariot in Mahabharata war. Then I have seen how Krishna was protecting the Pandavas. Unless Krishna Sudarshan is there, who can protect these Pandavas? Pandavas is so near and dear to Krishna. Definitely Pandavas, he was coming like their family member to their house and was sitting there. He can do everything. Hanuman is glorifying the Pandavas. They are better devotees than me. Then the Pandavas then started crying when Narada glorified the Yudhishthira. Then he told, no. Who is better? The residents of Dwarka, the Jodhus. Krishna is the family member in there. He is a family member. So they are better. And when they went, Krishna, Narada Muni went and glorified the Dwarka, residents of Dwarka, then they told, we don't know anything. Among us, all the residents of Dwarka, we know Uddhava is the best. Because Uddhava, anything Krishna did, he asked always Uddhava. Uddhava is the best devotee. When Krishna told Uddhava, you are so dear to me. Even Shankarshan, my own brother, is not so dear to me. Even Lakshmi, Rukmani, Satyabhama, they are not so dear to me. But Krishna very intelligently did not take the name of gopis. Brajavasis. Then Uddhava, then when Narada went and glorified Uddhava told Narada, what happened? I have that pride before. I was a disciple of Brahaspati and I went to pacify the Brajavasis. And my pride is completely destroyed there. And I have the desire to take the dust from the lotus feet of the gopis, but they could not give me. That's why I developed the desire of remaining there as grass and creepers. So the gopis, they could step over me. Then I got that, I will get their dust. So in this way there are different categories of devotees. How they are dear to Krishna. So even the Madhurya Rasa devotees, the Brajavasi, they are dear. Then finally Narada Muni came to the end of the research. Who? Radharani. Radharani is the topmost devotee of Krishna. That's why in Braja there every people ask, Radhe Radhe. She is so merciful. Still she has not pride. She is completely, he told always Krishna, anyone doing some bhajan, Krishna, Radharani, this man is doing nice bhajan, serving you so nicely, Krishna, please bless him. He is a better devotee than me. Like this. So in this way, you can see the different categories of devotees and service.
So Arjuna was his devotee, and how he was bewildered that he don't want to fight. How Arjuna
that is Krishna's. That is already previous class also discussed. This is only that is the supreme desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna wanted to him to bewilder, then he could give the Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of entire humanity. Okay, any other question? Yes.
We see all these really amazing personalities like Arjuna in Dwarka Leela, and yet we are promoting Braj. And all of our prayers, what we do in ISKCON is leading to there, like Tulsi prayers and so forth, adopting that mood, and we're striving for that. So how is it that such a extreme lowly person as myself can go to Goloka Vrindavan? I'm not doubting it, and yet
you are already in Goloka Vrindavan.
Okay.
This Vrindavan is not different from.
That's a good point.
Same.
But maybe at the time of my leaving my body, I might, of course, you got a preliminary step, but and yet there's so many devotees there, like Uddhava,
Yes.
and so forth, that are striving or are blown away by those inhabitants. So how are we to reconcile this? That, this is, I'm not at Uddhava's level, yet Uddhava is thinking so highly of the destination that that I'm going to.
So you are most fortunate person. You are already in Vrindavan, but we are thinking like this. But Gopakumar, he told the story. In Brihad Bhagavatam, this Vrindavan and that Vrindavan, I did not find any difference. This Bhava Vrindavan, that is Nitya, that is this Goroka Vrindavan, there is no difference. Only then there is if you are already here, so stay here. Stay here, you will reach there. If any somehow or other you leave your body in this Vrindavan Dham, then you will go back to Godhead.
So you need to go understand, but the nectar of instruction near the end describes how to get
nectar of instruction. What is the essence of nectar of instruction? Tannama rupa charitadi sukirtananu smritya kramena rasana manasi niyojya tishthan braje tadanuragi jananugami kalam nayet akhilamiti upadesa saram. This is Rupa Goswami told 8th verse. This is the upadesa saram, the essence of all instructions. Stay in Brajadham, in the association of devotees, then you serve the devotees. So you are doing, I think you are very nice candidate to achieve the Golok Vrindavan, because I saw in him every morning he was washing plates. He will come to plate, give the water to Tulsi, then half of his dhuti was wet and he is also. So this is the nature of an advanced devotee. He becomes very humble. If someone is qualified, then he thinks I am not qualified. If someone is thinking, oh, I am very qualified and proud, then he is fool number one. Proud. So okay. So simply go on staying in Vrindavan and chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. Okay. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.